Plays down towards the wing. Awkward hand pass. OK, came to Murphy from Smith. Ricochets only about 10 metres. McGlynn gave it to White. He went to ground. Smith put the body in. Picked up by Hanbury. Tries to flick it back over the shoulder. Now it's taken by Guerra. Dragged off the football. The body's going in willingly. Well played, Smith. Slips out.
Bailey, they sweat off on him, the Swans. They don't put the tackle on in the end. I think they did the right thing early, but then they had to tackle him. Gibson breaks one, can't quite break the next. And then Bailey toe pokes. Rowan, who had the knee problem last week. Well done, Bateman. Burgoyne getting a bit involved early. Kicks to nowhere really to go. Handball to a contest. Saul cut it off. Franklin got involved. Murphy in heavy traffic. Back to Kennedy. Saw his grandfather before the match. What a strange night for the Kennedy family it is. I mean, the kick down the line.
Up forward, it's all been about defence. Ball goes out wide from Shaw, taken by Hanbury. Let's guess and say John Longmire's got more points on his licence right now. Look at that. 22 down.
So can the Swans get that late goal? So O'Keefe, Spanger in the contest, Gibson. Back it goes to Birchall, to Gibson. On the interchange for a while. I reckon he's slightly injured after a contest earlier in this quarter. It's been there for a bit. Gibson, again getting through too easily. They won't like that. Back it goes. Rowan and Burgoyne in a boundary throw-in. And his soldiers look like they've done a pretty good job in the opening term, as he refers to them. So Hanbury, good hands, Johnson to Shaw, and then Shaw bangs it long. Can Spanger get involved? Makes a contest. Hawthorn still in control, you feel here. Sydney trying to wrestle the ball out. Where is it? Who's got it? We're about to find out. It's a Swan.
Strain.
So, a real blow to the Hawks, to the Swans, because they've got nothing out of their champ so far. And he spent a considerable time on the pine, something he doesn't do very often.
Did nicely. Sends it towards half forward. Leading in the race is Murphy. Quite achiever, Murphy. In trouble, just put it on the ground. Well, Sydney a bit stiff there. Guerra crashing his way through with Shaw, and the ball goes out of bounds. He just placed it down.
I think a couple have actually been missed tonight. A couple of holding the ball calls.
Sweet. Free kick, I think.
Advantage.
So Goods takes the advantage, runs in 550.
About his performance last week, but Gary Rowan on screen there. Lee talked about the run and spread that's lacking in the Swans game. He's just had one possession. They need him, like Isaac Smith, to play like Isaac Smith plays for the Hawks.
Hawthorn with numbers, Birchall, Murphy, and Goods was lurking in the boundary throw-in.
Tockers it directly to McVeigh, goes with the outside of the boot, just wide of White. Coming through was Murphy, thumps it back, ready.
Recovery, and the Swans being hammered here. This is easily the biggest score against them in the opening half this year. Birchall well played, and they come again.
Murphy to Lewis, hit hard by Bolton. Dug out of there by Mumford. Rowan back towards Bolton, left the footy behind. Lewis, he's still down and hurt. You can see him there, slowly gets up to one elbow. Then bounces off Bailey, taken by Jack. High ball, 20 seconds and counting. Murphy was up, missed it. O'Keefe knocked it in a dangerous direction. Sliding in there is Hodge. Look at him work. Oh, well done by this skipper. Rakes it back in. Rowan was there as well. And we'll have a ball up. Clock stops on 8 seconds, sends it inside the forward 50. Gibson, as he's done for most of the night, getting a fist on that one, driving it outside the 50. McGlynn's over the football, tackled by Murphy, and the umpire will ball it up. So this bounce about 6. Gibson just jabs it forward. Murphy, so reliable Murphy, unheralded virtually, going back. And Whitecross giving him in front of the Great Southern Stand, just pops it wide, taken by Rioli, draws him out towards him, and then manages to get the kick in the nick of time. Boundary line, Jack onto the loose bouncing ball, kicks it just beyond the wing. All Hawks there. Well, Schoenmakers wasn't aware of the good work that Murphy had done for him.
Now decides to go with the long ball, reads the target he's held on to, surely. No free kick. McVeigh in the pocket. Tim, what have you got for us?
Well, Richo was out of form with his diagnosis, but like the Pigeons, he's back in the second half. Goods does have a knock to his medial. He's going to be okay with the straight line stuff, but as we saw a few moments ago when they went forward and he tried to change direction,
He's redone his shoulder off the ball. Mumford, Hale, hand passes about 10 metres, falling to the ground. O'Keefe gave it to Smith, knocked away from Kennelly by White.
Smith's on the wrong side for him. Shaw, can he find the target? It was touched off the boot. Bird's going to have to go. He can kick a goal, Bird, and he does. And Sydney get the...
We'll see.
Well, Smith ran into a dead end. This could delay things because it should be a free kick now.
Okay, but just a lack of supply has competed hard.
Mumford, big fly. Again, Gibson at the back. McVeigh playing forward. Back to Hodge. Lovely kick by Hodge into the heart of the centre square now with Murphy.
Murphy goes across the ground, left half back. Stratton pushes half forward, beautifully weighted kick. Up goes Reid, couldn't hang on. Battles with Stratton, ball spills towards Murphy. Stratton comes again, did well. Arriving quickly, McGlynn, fed it to Bolton. Bolton to Spanger, Spanger runs in.
It's your chance to keep it in there and score.
Mumford knocked it down, stolen by Lewis. Kick goes straight up in the air. Johnson got high, punched it only as far as Murphy. Murphy down towards half forward. Roberts-Thompson does well. Nice mark under pressure. Just pops it across to Parker. Parker right on the wing. And certainly the Swans enjoying their best period in the game right here. Very much about parity, as Bruce said. Slips a hand pass away to Kennelly. An unlikely goal scorer, Kennelly. Bounces it through.
Less numbers down the other end. You just want to try and open up your forward line.
Goods crashing. Can't quite get the kick away. Gee, that was good by Stratton it was. And then Burgoyne. They haven't been inside the forward 50 for 12 minutes, the Hawks. Swans have kicked 2-3 in that time. Shields can't quite. Bolton taken off the ball. Goods wanted a high one, didn't get it. This ball's the hottest it's been all night. Can't come out. Osborne over the top. In the tap by Bailey. Parker belts the ball into a contest in the centre square. Back to Goods. Now that one to the top of the square. And the big fly by Rowan.
Really clever kick there by Jude Bolton. That was the Achilles heel of the Hawks last Friday night. Selfish play, would have had a ping, but just lobbing it to 12, 13 metres out.
Well, Gibson was on the mark, so he's the one who's been the third up jumper. So this time, really, there's three Swans players launching at the footy with no Hawthorn defender up there.
So one kick tonight, Gary Rowan.
Early on in the game too, I reckon. Smith's played the game that Rowan needs to have played, but can't be your game always, but you can make it your moment.
Sydney within 4, basically. They are coming. We're going to have a big last quarter here.
How long have you had a bike, Jason?
Oh, about as long as I've been RACV's Employee of the Decade.
No, you're not.
Well, explain this then. Hey, I've saved people so much money today, they should put my name on the building. RACJ.
We save people money too.
But not with nearly as much style.
Stylish.
Cool, Jason.
You see Rowan just coming in from the bottom left.
It's a clear jump at the footy, isn't it?
Yeah. Should have been touch and feel from the Hawks.
Sure, who was on?
defender.
His
No.
direct opponent was.
Might have been Burgoyne.
Towards Shaw. Shaw drives it inside the forward 50. A lot of body work down there. Spanger almost. Goods 53. Still a handy lead, certainly, but if you just walked into the MC...
He's at McVeigh. Gets a bit on it, but it won't be a score. Rowan. Still with Rowan. Rowan down loaded.
Gee, that's clever.
Keith, well played by Rowan. Well, suddenly blokes that we hadn't seen for a half are getting involved, aren't they?
Well, they're just dominating possession, dominating field position, even more importantly.
Plays it up to Mumford. Enterprising kick. It really takes off. Gibson goes back. That's been his forte tonight. The defensive fist again, this time backwards. Fisted away. So Goods just sets it up towards the kickoff line. I think that was his intention. Offhands, it falls behind. Chance for Rowan. Goes to Bolton. Goes back to McVeigh.
To the front of the square. brought it forward. Rowan was on the move, but
Forward, you don't like that. Ball down towards half forward. Gibson, he's doing an eight.
oh, that one ricocheting off wide. He gave us his bit.
What's the record for spoils? Mackie, you'd know that, wouldn't you?
Josh will give that. What's a Brownlow the free because of spoils? McVeigh, not quite. He's had a big second half, McVeigh.
Arriving quickly and doing well there was the little fella hooking it towards goal, McGlynn. Schoenmakers has caught the butt, got a fist on it. Down goes Shields, tackled by Reed, and a ball up about 20 metres out from goal.
Speaking about the spoils stat, coming into this game, Josh Gibson had 50% more than any other player in the competition.
Special spoiler.
Is this his season's high, though?
Absolutely.
It is, okay.
Career high.
Career high. O'Keefe snaps and kicks a goal. Well done. He's got two.
Life is full of amazing moments, and at Ted's Cameras, we'll help you capture them all with the perfect camera for you. Like this Nikon D3100 DSLR Twin Kit. Featuring the world's first HD movie with full-time autofocus, it's perfect for capturing life on the move at just $999. Or this Nikon Coolpix S3100 with automatic pet portrait mode. A pet lover's dream at just $169. Plus, at Ted's Photo Lounge, we'll help bring your shots to life better than ever before. Ted's Cameras, helping you capture life.
So key for the couple of second half goals or the other. Bolton got it from Kennedy. McVeigh, no mark. Well done in heavy traffic. Murphy pull up below. Rowan's quick. Almost got him down to Osborne. Mitchell Gibson possibly could have marked that one. It might come over the...
Boyle as Gibson knocked it towards the boundary. Spanger got it across to Bolton. Kicks it down towards full forward. Gibson in the road. Got to kick that.
So Bateman... O'Keefe's long ball in, and Rioli, who we haven't seen a lot of.
They're so good everywhere. They've got the big forwards, they're good in defence, they've got the big midfielders. I mean, they're a very complete side, Colin, but I'm not positive they're in the best shape.
9 minutes of a remarkable career. Goods goes up, hand passes to Bolton, kicked it about 10 metres. Finding his way through Murphy. He's gathering fans by the game, Murphy. I think underappreciated until recently. Shields